Hello, friends. Oh, I hit the wrong button. That's okay. Well, we'll look at that soon. Hi. That was the live viewing page of everything. Hello, friends. How's everyone doing? I'm not usually live this time of day. I just got done with work about 2 hours ago. I got done at 11, got home at 11:30. Now it is 12:39. The 10-year anniversary video from Concerned Ape comes out in about 20 minutes. So I figured we would go live since I had time today, and we can all watch it together. In the 10-year anniversary video, it'll be the new spouse reveal, which is what everyone in the chat is talking about right now. The chat is about as chaotic as you can imagine a live chat to be right now. There's a lot of people that are just excited, and there's also people fighting, as one would imagine. Thank you, Bonfire, for the 43 months. Oh my gosh, thank you, Christine, also for subbing to the channel. Thank you so much. Hello, friends. Welcome in. So the smaller sub, that's usually a YouTube one. Thank you, Jules, for the sub. I think we're going to have a lot of new YouTube subs tonight. But thank you, Bonfire, for the Twitch sub. These alerts will be, like I said, both Twitch and YouTube. So thank you, everyone, for the new subscribers. Thank you. Welcome in. I have a feeling this will be a larger viewing than normal today, with everything that's going on, and then depending on how tired I am, since I did, like I say, work this morning, we might even play a little bit of Stardew. If you're new here or you're here to watch this, this is going to be a reveal. This is not the 1.7 update to my knowledge, unless he just drops that bomb on us now, today. But from my understanding, it is just because today's the 10-year anniversary, we're getting a reveal of who those new marriage candidates will be in 1.7, and then more about the 1.7 update, and I'm assuming also just a look at what the last 10 years have been for Concerned Ape. If you guys didn't watch my review video, or not even review, interview video, where I read through the article of how we got interviewed, he does talk about thank you for the follow, my kill. He talks about in the interview of what the last 10 years has been like, and how it's been so crazy to watch it go from, you know, this little game that he made thinking that it wouldn't really be a big thing, to now there's the Stardew Valley Orchestra with the Symphony of Seasons. He's had new marriage candidates, he's had several big updates, and it's very clear that even 10 years later now, people are still just as hyped about this game as they were 10 years ago. Like I said, this is the full display, we'll watch this together. You can't quite see all of the YouTube chat. I can share the link right here in the chat, so if you guys want to have a screen up of me and then also the live video, that is the live link, and that's also where the live chat is happening. Like I said, it's going pretty nuts, which I'm not that surprised. It's going crazy. It's a lot of talk about who the new marriage candidates will be, what people want them to be, but also there's some anger in there from people fighting, but you know, just ignore that. It's to be expected with this many people here right now. There's tens of thousands of people. Let me see, 18,000 people waiting to view this, so there's a lot of people here. This chat will be a little bit slower, but let me just take a look at a few things. I don't know even who I would want the marriage candidates to be, to be quite honest. I see a lot of people asking for Sandy. That's a really big one. Sandy and Robin are the two girls that I think I see, the bachelorettes I see asked for most often. There's some demand for Marnie as well, as an older bachelorette. And then for the men, the wizard, that's one I just saw as a big one. Clint, which is a little bit surprising, but you know, everyone has their own tastes. Morris, I've seen a few times in the chat, which is wild. So we'll see who the two new marriage candidates are. It is assumed that there will be male pregnancy, is what one person said in the chat. It is assumed that there will be one bachelor and one bachelorette, as in the past, Emily and Shane weren't original bachelor and bachelorettes of the game. They got added in an update several years ago. So assuming that we would have one bachelor and one bachelorette added, but we have 15 minutes till the premiere. There's a couple other things that he talked about in... The chat's funny. People are demanding male pregnancy. There's a few other things from the video where we looked over the interview with ConcernedApe where he talked about he wants to add more to the festivals and he's not sure if he wants to add new characters or not, or just keep expanding on the characters he already has. So we'll see if the 2 new marriage candidates are just, again, an expansion of characters that already exist. I don't know if he would want to add new characters, and he's kind of been adding some stuff too with recent updates of stuff that's sort of from mods, but he said himself he doesn't use any mods ever. He just has mods, or he knows that they exist and he makes it more powerful to people who use them, but if he comes up with an idea that is already a mod, it just kind of was a natural thing of this would be a good thing to add. Excuse me. I also just finished like scarfing down my lunch because like I said, I just got home not long ago. But how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a lovely day and we're all excited for this. I'm excited for this. So we got 14 minutes. Oh, we don't need to listen to Christmas music right now. We don't need to listen to the Stardew Christmas music. Hold on. There, flower dance. We'll do that. That's better. I'm muted. I'm definitely not muted because I can see my aux thing, my mic thing moving whenever I speak. So it might be your YouTube channel. Unfortunately. Unless someone else is having issues, please speak up. But from what I can see on my end, making coworkers wait while I wait. Nice. Yeah, I'm glad I got done at 11 today. Usually I'm done at noon, so this gave me enough time to come home, eat, and then now we can do this. We have 15 minutes. Yeah, buddy. Hi. Do you need to come up? Jack is joining. Jack is joining us for the live viewing. Oh. Oh, you actually meant cows. Haha, that's funny. Dogs are doing all right. If you guys didn't see, Jack had a dental cleaning on Tuesday. And it was supposed to just be kind of just a cleaning, and they were going to check to see some other things. And so I thought, you know, they're like, we might have to do some extractions. We'll find out. And after they did some x-rays and other stuff, they found out that things were much worse than we anticipated. And I thought he was going to have anywhere between 0 to maybe 2 teeth extracted. He had 10 teeth extracted. So currently Jack has almost no front teeth right here, the little tiny teeth, the incisors. He had 7 of those removed. So he only has, I think, 5 left. Of the little tiny teeth in the front, and then he had 3 molars removed as well. So that was on Tuesday. So he does have stitches on the left side of his jaw. I think that's where he had most of his molars removed. He still has all his canines and several other molars, but he has almost no incisors left, which again, those are the little tiny front ones. So thankfully, those ones aren't like, they don't really get used as much for dogs. They're not as powerful as their molars. But we found out that he has periodontal disease. And like I said, the bone mass in them was like, he was losing bone density in his teeth. That's the best way to put it. I thought he had a crack on one of his... Good! I'm glad you got it. He had a crack on one of his canines, and I thought that if he was going to get a tooth removed, it would end up being that canine. That canine's fine. They might have just put a bonding agent on it or something, or decided that the crack wasn't as severe as they thought it might be. So the canine that I thought would get removed is fine, but he had 10 other teeth removed, but you can see he's doing just fine. He's got stitches in his mouth from the molars, but those will dissolve. Thank you for the follow, Happily Eating. That was me earlier. I was also happily eating earlier. But Yes, the dingo is on pain meds and some antibiotics for the next week or so. And then Anari's been fine. As many of you know, if you're new here, I think there's a lot of new people here. Anari is our other dog. She's a Shiba Inu, and she has no eyes. Over the last 2 years, she had to have her right one removed and then later her left one removed due to glaucoma. And if you don't know what glaucoma is, it eventually the pressure in your eye starts to build up and it doesn't properly drain anymore. And so it got to the point where for her right eye, the pressure wasn't coming down. And so if you don't remove it, it just, bursts. So you should probably remove it. So she got that one removed. And since it is progressive disease, there's no like cure or anything you could do for it. You could just manage it. They said eventually it would happen to her other eye. And unfortunately it did. And so she had gone blind in her other eye because of the glaucoma before she had it removed, but now she doesn't have any eyes. She's not in here right now, but she gets around just fine. So we got an eyeless dog and a partially toothless dog. So, and you can see he's sleepy. Yeah, buddy. But they're okay. He seemed like he was like super zooted Tuesday when he came home, obviously, because he had to be put like under because it was like a surgery. So he had to get put under anesthesia, so he was all sorts of loopy on Tuesday when he came home. And then now he's fine. It's like nothing ever happened. He has the exact same energy as he always does. So, yep. So yeah, Anari, our Shiba, unfortunately had to have both her eyes removed. But like I said, she gets around fine. She gets around the house just fine. No issues whatsoever. Inari is about 11, so she's much older. Thank you for the sub, Seth. And then Jack will be 8 this spring, and I've had Jack since he was a puppy at 10 weeks old. Yeah, buddy. Baby. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, his mouth doesn't seem to be bothering him, even though he's lost some teeth. And then last week, so I was at Genesis. If you don't know what Genesis is, it's the Super Smash Bros. Like giant big world championship, essentially. And I go to it every year so I could see a bunch of my online friends. Went to that, came home, and the day we came home, we had to take this one to the emergency vet, not for his teeth, but he had a ruptured anal gland, so he also blew out his butthole. So last week we had to deal with that, and so that's all fine and dandy now. And then he had a scheduled dental cleaning where we found out things were worse than we thought. So he's had quite the last 2 weeks, but other than the anesthesia that he's had to have a few times, he is fine. He was still happy as a clam with his sad butt, and now he's still happy as a clam with less teeth. I don't think he even knows he has less teeth. I mean, look at him. He's happy just to be here, so he doesn't care. He is unbothered king. Yeah, you gonna shift over? Yeah, you stare out that window. Senior posts and baby pictures of him. Oh my god, he was the cutest fucking puppy, but also he was Satan as a puppy. I'm not gonna lie. If you've never been around a cattle dog or cattle dog puppies, there's nothing, and I mean nothing you can do for their energy levels. They're just insane. And so as a puppy, he was just nuts. It took him 3 years to like be mildly chill. So, but yes, thank you. Thankfully, even though both those visits were not what was expected. I expected the cleaning, but not all the extractions, and we didn't expect to have to take him to the emergency vet. There's more things that... Thank you for the follow, Lo-Fi Forms. Even though there was more vet stuff than anticipated, because of content, we were able to pay for it just fine. There was no issues, which, if you've been here a while, you'll know a couple years ago when Inari had to have her eye out, that was rough, but that was also like 3 times as expensive as this. It was like over $3,000 for Inari's first eye removal because it was sudden. And and we had to take her to the emergency vet several times for that, and an emergency drop-off for her eye removal. The second one was a little bit more, I don't want to say planned, but a little bit more planned out, as we had been keeping an eye on it, and so we were a little bit more prepared for that one. So that one wasn't so bad, but thanks to content doing so well this year so far, we've had no issues being able to pay for their medical expenses, which is great. So thanks everyone for watching all the videos and stuff. Came here from YouTube. Hello! Thanks. I don't stream as much as I used to. I'm a busy person. I've been wanting to stream more, but I just always am doing so much. I work part-time at a garden center while I'm working on just being a full-time content creator. I used to stream almost every day. Now I'm lucky if I stream once or twice a month. So thank you for being here. I try to stream when I can. But working at the garden center while also doing all my own editing for all of my videos. If you guys follow me on YouTube, I do it all. I do all of my scheduled posts. I do all my shorts. I'll do all my full videos. I don't have a single person helping me run any of it. So doing all of that while working part-time at the garden center, which I do love working at the garden center, and then working out and having a normal life and just everything else outside of that, it makes it hard to stream sometimes. But perhaps soon, if I can request less hours at work, or even, you know, hopefully by the end of this year, not have to have an hourly job anymore, I can stream more again. Because we also, a couple days ago, had the Fields of Mystery update. So if you guys haven't played Fields of Mystery, it's another farming sim game. I love it. It's like a fantasy magic Stardew. It's very cute. They just had their 4th major update on Tuesday, and the full release of the game will come out soon, sometime this year, which hopefully that means it'll also be ported to Switch and other consoles, because right now it's PC only. But we can switch to full display here, because in 3 minutes we're gonna see this video. I'm excited though. Also good to see some new faces in the chat. Yeah, Dingo. Who are you guys hoping for the marriage candidates? I do kind of hope it's Sandy. I feel like, you know, you can build your friendship with her and stuff as you have to for perfection, but with her just being off in the desert, I feel like she just doesn't interact with the everyday life of Pelican Town quite as much. I don't really care who the man is. Sandy and Wizard. I hear a lot of people wanting the Wizard. Though in an interview that Concerned Ape did with, I think, a podcast, he talked about how he would love to add more stuff to be more in depth with the villagers, and how he thinks it would be funny if he could have things happen like where you can get Robin and Demetrius divorced, and the villagers react to it, and they're like, wow, you're such a terrible person, how could you do this, blah 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 blah, and it would just be like cool to have more interactions with the villagers. So that is the thing that he talked about possibly doing. So we'll see if that ends up being who he chooses. If it is Robin and Demetrius, if he has it so that you can break them up. I'm also turning my music off. I'm going to turn this up a little bit for me when we have 2 minutes till the video comes out. Concerned Ape did post on Twitter. It was him holding an envelope that says Stardew Valley 1.7 marriage candidates, and it said at the end of the video he'll be opening it to reveal who they are. So I don't know if that'll be like a live reveal or if it was like pre-recorded, since this is a premiere video. Oh my god, same. The children. Holy shit. Someone posted in like you want to go down, buddy? Someone posted in the live chat that's on the side over here. It was just like, please give me child labor, Concerned Ape. I need them to harvest my crops. Something like that in the chat. But I do want to see what happens with the children. I've had toddlers in my game for like 8 years in game, I swear. So they just run around and are creepy. I would love to see a new update for the children. Badly. So We'll see. We have less than a minute. How many people are in the chat right now? 43,000. That's crazy. Premiere will begin shortly. Also, you should put scary masks on your kids. I have the blobfish mask and the alien mask, and Kaylin, whenever she's in chat, she's like, take that fucking mask off your child, I swear. 49,000 waiting. It's gonna jump to probably 100,000 once it actually starts up, I bet. Because this was at like 19 before. I do be excited. It's gonna happen like we're like seconds away. Seconds away from this going. I got home from work, did this so fast I didn't even change and put in my normal wedding ring. I just had my silicone ones on. Everyone in the chat, not Clint, not Clint, Robin. Oh, here we go. Oh, now we get a countdown clock? Low-key mad. Whatever. That's okay. I turned it up for me. Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. This should be pretty good. Alright. 30 seconds, y'all. I'm so excited to see what happens with 1.7 as well. But I cried twice at the Stardew Valley Symphony of Seasons concert, so no one make fun of me if I cry. Turn this down just a little bit so it's not too super loud. At the end of this video, this envelope is on my desk. That's so funny.
It's me, ConcernedApe, creator of Stardew Valley. Today is the 10-year anniversary of Stardew Valley. So to commemorate this special milestone, I put together this video which shows off some old builds of the game, has some of my commentary about the development timeline, and highlights the various updates over the years and how Stardew Valley has changed over time. So I hope you find it interesting, and here we go.
I'll try to move my microphone away so I'm not just breathing into the microphone. Sprout Valley. I forgot that's what it was called at first.
Sprout Valley, 2012. So this was the original name of Stardew Valley. It was called Sprout Valley, which is an awful name. I eventually changed it. But this was probably about 6 months into development.
It's so Pokemon looking.
I had a functioning game, but it was very rudimentary, and I would say much more similar to the Super Nintendo Harvest Moon game than Stardew Valley is today.
The same sound effects, though.
Of course, I grew up playing Harvest Moon for the Super Nintendo, and so I was heavily inspired by it. And, you know, my first target, you might say, for this game was to essentially emulate Harvest Moon for Super Nintendo. That was my starting point, and then I wanted to expand a bit from there. As you can see, the pixel art basically looks like crap. But, there are some things like the bus there that
the bus is the same.
Essentially made it into Stardew Valley. The
Man, I wish we could walk that fast.
Even 6 months into development, and you know, Stardew Valley took 4.5 years to release 1.0. So we can watch this for a little bit. You'll notice how it looks similar to Pelican Town,
but super simple.
Some things are basically unchanged,
super simple.
Other things are
seeds and stuff.
Pierre's got his daily wallpaper and flooring on display.
Oh, that's kind of cool. So you could see the daily and still Yoba's statue
portraits are kind of hideous. Sometimes I wonder, you know, if I had
Abigail.
just released this game after 6 months, where would I be right now?
6 months versus 4.5 years
somehow
worth of work.
I don't think that the game would have taken off. So
Clint looks the same.
But, you know, this was like a part of essentially a training process for me. It was my education on being a game developer. I do think there's something special about the naive perspective of a beginner. It's untarnished, it's fresh, it's primal, and you can't really recapture that once you have experience.
His hat was a good ad.
Gunther. Green hair in the sprite, brown hair in the portrait.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking. And the character movement speed is insane.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys would love that in Stardew Valley.
Yes. Would love to move that fast. A lot of the character designs are still pretty similar.
One of the areas of Stardew that have gone under a lot of changes, probably the most changes of any, at least gameplay element.
This can't be happening again!
Some concepts have been
Look
there
at the
from
slime!
Slimes have always been there.
This is very different.
Down have always been there in one way or another.
It's so much faster. Yeah. The fucking skeletons, man.
I hadn't discovered the concept of knockback yet.
Yeah. No knockback yet. Just walks up to you and you just die. Yep. Same sound effect.
Sound has always been there.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think that's enough for Sprout Valley. So
and Robin
let's go
finds
ahead
you.
And jump to the next earliest build that I have.
So it's 2012.
So here we have a build from 2013.
So this is a year later.
I've probably been working on Stardew
Way different.
for maybe a little over a year at this point.
This looks much closer to how it is
from that
now.
Previous build that I showed you. We're actually starting to see some things that look like Stardew Valley here, and I think at this point I was calling it Stardew Valley. However, things are kind of odd. The way the farmer looks is weird. The way he's running around is kind of weird. The colors are now more saturated, which is true to form, but yet that exact shade of Stardew Valley yellow dirt hasn't quite been established. But yeah, this version of Stardew Valley was
greens are definitely
more of like a sandbox idea. In this iteration, this was like the weirdest time for the game. I feel like it's like the Stardew Valley hit puberty here.
Yeah.
But
it's so close.
So
it's
you
very,
would like
very
actually
close.
buy animals and buildings from your in-game menu rather than go to
Interesting.
Robin. And there was that farm map you just saw. Like that was.
It's getting
cool,
there.
actually,
You can see
map.
the building blocks of what.
You guys are gonna be mad at me that that's not in Stardew Valley anymore. But yeah, it was a little bit more of a simulation concept, I guess, than an RPG.
The request board. Oh no, it's just a calendar.
Yeah, so back then I had item of the day and crop of the week.
Oh, that's cool.
But
I like that idea.
I got rid of that because there's this fundamental problem where you can store things in chests in Stardew Valley. So
you could just save it all up.
Incentive to just never ship anything until the crop is crop of the week or the item is item of the day.
Josh.
And I just don't think that's very fun.
Instead of
You
Alex.
don't ever want to incentivize things that aren't fun. That's Game Dev 101. All right, you can see here it's starting to look like Pierre's.
The portraits are so much better.
Like that old familiar shop.
Yeah, that'd be sick if we could buy buildings from inventory.
But anyway, maybe let's jump ahead a little bit and check out what the mines are looking like.
More of the mines that we're used to. Don't talk to me, I'm weak.
So this was the era of the procedurally generated mines.
Hello, 888.
My idea was I wanted the mines to be like Terraria, but, you know, top down instead of side scrolling. and it was this.
Same.
You had these big procedurally generated levels, and you mined into the walls and uncovered ores and
cool.
secrets within the walls, which I think was a cool idea, but for some reason I was just never able to really make it compelling.
It's almost like Minecraft.
Bug prone, which it just ended up being too complicated.
Yep,
I think
grass
maybe
spawn.
just beyond my ability. I don't know. Or maybe another.
Now
way
we just have to
think
hope we
about
don't
it
want a
was
new
just
building on
that
a Tuesday.
It was too ambitious of a concept for the scope of this game. This should have been an entire game on its own. And you know, if you've played Core Keeper, that's pretty much what Core Keeper is, which is a cool game, by the way.
Yep.
But yeah, when I saw Core Keeper, I was like, hey, someone finally did it. So cool
I love
idea,
all the
but I had
references to
make the
tons of
hard
other
decision
popular
to scrap
pixel
all
art
of
indie
it.
games where all
I
the
spent a long
inspiration
time
was pulled
working
off.
on this
Obviously
too.
Harvest Moon, but
But
also like
I
he's saying
made the
Core
decision
Keeper
to
too.
Scrap all of it, and let's see,
Same.
there's a bug right there. Do a simpler approach, which is the mines that are in Stardew Valley today, where it's not procedurally generated. There's some randomness, but the levels are all designed by hand. Here we have Goblin Village, an underground
Goblin Village? I want that.
All this content completely scrapped from the game.
Yeah. That doesn't exist anymore. Look at the little goblins. At least do it with dwarves.
I mean, I don't regret it. Just because something sounds cool, just because the idea is cool, doesn't mean that it's going to be fun or it's going to be the right idea in practice.
Fair, but still
and
cool.
By the way, underground goblin villages are not canon, all right? Anything you see here from previous builds is not considered to be canonical Stardew Valley. All right, let's move on to yet another more recent.
Says it's not
version.
canon, but he
So
like
this
fucking
one's
made it.
from Sometime in 2014. This was the title screen at that time. I mean, it's kind of glitching out, but it had these weird buttons on the side. And then when you loaded the game, there was this loading screen, which was kind of reminiscent of like The Sims. But I mean, it doesn't look too much different than the last
Can't be
build.
happening
You
Thank you for the
start to see
sub.
some more
What the
Stardew Valley
fuck?
things come into place, like the
I'm sorry, I keep
the-
yawning. I'm so tired.
what we call the daytime money box in the upper right is there. Willie's shop is basically looking like it always does.
Yep.
We now have the community center in the game.
Let's go.
And it looks essentially exactly the same as it does now. I'm not sure why there's this ugly yellow color. This
I have
ugly
dog hair in
yellow
my mouth.
filter over the entire screen. You'll notice Clint was a little less doughy back then.
A little less doughy. I like the way he put that.
And Joe Jamart was not yet in town.
Hat Mouse.
Hat Mouse wasn't a thing yet.
That looked like Hat Mouse's house.
And the inside of the farmhouse was like very static. I don't even think you could move any of the furniture.
I love Hat Mouse.
Which allowed me to have the pixel art look kind of nice with some shading and stuff. But I mean, I think it's important that you can decorate your house. People love that.
People go hard decorating. Here's the load screen we all know and love. This is really cool to see the old.
So this is from August 2015, which is only about a
The
half
old
year
stuff.
from launch. But still, there are a ton of things that are like not finished yet. So this shows just how much Stardew Valley kind of came together at the last moment. The farmhouse still has this weird protuberance.
Yeah.
Protuberance, is that a word?
By the door.
This weird thing, this nose sticking out right next to the door. I don't know what I was thinking there. But
This looks like the Stardew we know.
obviously I got rid of that at some point. The mailbox is still on the left, so that must have changed that. You know, it's like I did a ton of work in the last like 6 months.
I believe it.
I think I was just at the point where I knew it was so close. I needed to finish the game. The finish line was so close.
I feel that in my
And
soul.
That's what gave me the drive and the motivation to make all these little changes in the last 6 months to prepare the game for release. I think one of the most notable things was just that the farmer still had this weird, goofy look. This is not what the farmer looks like in Stardew Valley, so that was like a last minute change.
It's pretty close, though.
Which I'm really glad about because I don't really like the way this looks. Looks kind of stiff. Kind of like a Pinocchio or something.
Pinocchio. It's pretty close. It's not that far off. He's like taller and lankier than the normal farmer we see.
Old classic Stardew Valley mines. So that's pretty much the last convenient footage that I have from before launch. I do want to give a shout out to my 2 beta testers, Bexy and Siri, who helped me find a ton of bugs in the game. Here's a screenshot from Bexy's farm. This is one of the first ever Stardew Valley farms.
That's
Looks
cute.
Good. Thank you guys
Damn.
so much.
My first farm don't even look that good.
So here we are, February 26th, 2016.
The release video.
Culmination of 4.5 years of work, the launch of Stardew Valley. A lot was riding on this because if it flopped, I would have been 4.5 years behind my peers with no money, no job experience. Would have been pretty depressing. I stayed up all night the night before because I found a bug and I had to fix it because the game was set to launch the next morning. So that was highly stressful.
This makes me emotional. Yeah, his desk at the time.
On the first day of launch, Stardew sold just under 40,000 copies.
Holy shit.
Which was already beyond my wildest dreams. After that first day, I knew that this was going to be a big deal.
That's so
I
cute.
knew that I could be a game developer from now on. It was really happening. Of course, I didn't really have time to think about that too much because there were immediately bugs being found in the game.
I'm getting teary-eyed over here.
I think I released a patch every single day for the next 4 days after launch.
Yeah, I believe
big
it.
Patches too. But see, back
Bro
then,
probably hardly
the game
slept
was
during
a lot
that.
simpler. There wasn't different languages. There
That's
wasn't
fair.
multiplayer. It was just me working on it, so I could crank out it was only on Steam. I didn't have to make a console build. I didn't have to make a mobile build, so I could crank out updates at an extremely fast pace.
That's still the same too.
I spent the rest of that spring fixing every bug that people found and trying to add meaningful improvements to the game with each patch. I was releasing patches pretty rapidly. Some notable examples were Grandpa's Shrine and his evaluation. When the game first came out, Grandpa was extremely harsh, and he was almost a little bit rude. You know, if you didn't do a good job, he would say, "Man, I should have bequeathed the farm to my other grandkid." And there was no way to reevaluate. If you didn't
You're just fucked.
get, the 4 spirit candles the first time, forget about it. So I softened that, and I also added in the way that you can, have them come back and reevaluate. Here's another example.
Spence.
On March 20th, I added unique dialogues for all the spouses.
Cute.
So I don't remember this, but apparently before then, every single spouse had identical dialogue. And people still complain about this. But there's been a ton of work on the spouses over the years. And it just goes to show that, even though Stardew Valley was launched, in my mind, it was not its ultimate form. That's why I kept making updates. That's why essentially, as soon as these bug fix patches were out of the way, I immediately started working on the 1.1 update, which is the first major content update.
I think this is when he started adding more farm layouts too. Yep, new farm
I'll
types.
Just briefly go over the updates. If you want to see everything that's been added to Stardew Valley, I recommend going
launching
to the
my child
version
into
history
Mars
page on the Stardew Valley wiki. But yeah, the 1.1 update added 4 new farm types and kind of established the tradition of every update adding new farm types to the game. And notably, it added Shane and Emily as marriage candidates, which you, the community, voted on a poll that I put on Twitter.
Oh, I love that.
1.2 just added new languages to the game.
The depressing
it wasn't really
Shane
a content
scene.
update. I hadn't yet established the tradition of 1.x updates always being major content updates. So then we had the 1.3 update, which most importantly added multiplayer to the game, fulfilling
Co-op.
the promise I had made to the players before Stardew Valley even came out. 1.3 also added the winter night market.
Oh, I
and a
love
few
the
other
night market.
One thing about
It's so
1.3
nifty.
is the multiplayer was actually developed, not by me. It was put in by a guy named Tom Coxon, who went on to create a game called Cassette Beasts. You should check it out.
Nice.
Thanks, Tom. But,
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, it started this new era where I was open to getting help on the actual development of Stardew Valley.
The baby.
Which allowed
Just
for
dragging
bigger, more
around the
ambitious
screen.
updates. So then there was the 1.4 update, which added the movie theater, fish ponds,
Oh, sick.
14 art events to all the spouses, and many other great things to the game.
Some of these
Then we had the
cutscenes I've never seen
1.5
because I haven't
update,
married a lot of
which
people.
Added a huge end game
Ginger
location,
Island.
Ginger Island. The Quee quests and this idea of perfection.
There. Quee. That's how he says it.
The volcano, which allowed you to enchant your weapons and tools.
Dragon teeth.
And many other great things. Then there was the 1.6 update, the most recent update. Kind of a return to the valley after 1.5's Ginger Island. 1.6 added some new systems.
Added so much new
endgame
stuff.
Content. It kind of filled in some gaps that I feel like were present in the game.
The
And
Desert
it
Festival
added
is
some
so cool.
Old ideas that I've had for a long time, like Green Rain. So those were all the major updates to Stardew Valley in a nutshell. Of course, there were some intermediary updates in between all of those major ones, which sometimes added
That's
some
so
important things to the game.
cute.
But
I
those
didn't
were the
know
major
that.
Updates. Now, what's next? Well, as I've already announced,
The
there is a
default
1.7
names for
update
the
in
pets are
works,
his pets' names.
but I don't want to reveal too much about what's in the update yet. Although I did announce that there would be 2 new marriage candidates, and I'm going to reveal those soon. I know you guys are probably bored out of your minds by this, and you're just waiting for me to get to the unveiling of the marriage
I've enjoyed
candidates.
all of it,
Copy
Sir Dave.
happening
Thank you for the
I just have one more
sub.
thing to say.
What the fuck?
I have in my hands an envelope with the names of the 2 new marriage candidates that will be added in 1.7. But before I open that up and reveal the names to you, I just wanted to say thank you so much for supporting Stardew Valley over the past 10 years, for all the mods, the fan art, all the letters,
Tears, look at the
and
sweater in the
comments
back.
You've made to me,
All the stuff he has
telling
in
me
his
how much
background.
Stardew Valley has meant to you. That's meant a lot to me too.
Thank you for the
And
follow.
it's really given me a lot of purpose in life.
Rand
So
Burger.
I'm grateful to you for making this a reality for me. Thank you so much. I also just want to thank everyone else who's been part of the Stardew Valley journey, from the other developers who have helped me out over the years, to the merchandise companies who have created all these cool Stardew
There is
Valley
new
items,
merch from Fangamer out today.
the people who have run the Stardew Valley concerts.
All of this is so wholesome.
Cole for helping me make the Stardew Valley board game,
I have
and
that
so
too.
many other cool things that have come about over the past 10 years. So thank you so much to everyone. Now let's get down to business. All right, here it is.
Marriage
1.7
candidates.
Marriage candidates.
I'm sweating. It's
There you
Clint and
go.
Sandy. Oh my god, I
and
can't believe it's
Sandy.
Clint.
It's their turn. It's their time.
I had a feeling it might be Sandy though.
All right.
There is a board game.
Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.
The Moonfish Jellies.
Bye.
He had said in another interview that this is one of the most popular Stardew Valley songs, and it was just a random song that he had made at one point that wasn't even for the game. He was just messing around and he made it, and eventually he decided to add it into the game for the Moonfish Jellies, and now it's one of the most popular soundtracks from the game. So cute. So wholesome. So the 2 new marriage candidates are Clint and Sandy. I did see someone say that they didn't think that it would be Marnie or any of the shopkeepers because they are working their shop all the time, but both Sandy and Clint have shops, so we'll see how that works, because generally when you marry someone, they move to the farm. So how will that work? But we'll see. Clint and Sandy are the 2 new marriage candidates. I'm going to assume this is...
Copy happening again.
Thank you for the sub, Elizabeth. Welcome in. I'm assuming this is done. I'll go full cam for now. But there we have it. There's the 2. Thank you for the sub.
What the fuck?
I could turn things down now because that's pretty loud. But I wanted it to be loud enough for the video. Here, we could do that. There is a board game though. For those of you that don't know, you can see it a little bit right back here. I have the board game and also the cookbook. I also have a blanket on my lap right now. You can see there's a fish on it. It's got like a pixel art of a bunch of different stuff on it. I would assume that's what they would do too. They probably just work their usual shift, but like live on the farm. So what do you guys think of the new marriage candidates? I know a lot of people really wanted the wizard. I think some people are going to be sad that there's no wizard that you can marry, though I do know there is a mod, and a lot of people like the wizard romance mod. Obviously not everyone can mod, so I know a lot of people are going to be really happy about Sandy though. Had fun watching you react. Just find your channel from the stream. Have a nice day. Thank you for being here. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Clint is not my favorite, but I'm still happy no matter. Same. I think there's a lot of disdain for Clint from the community. Thank you for the follow, Ice Cold 3K. But you know, maybe now this will get... There was a lot of disdain for Shane until you could like really start to like build a relationship with him as well. And now he's a marriage candidate as well. So you know, maybe now that you can romance Clint and build more of a relationship with him, he'll have like a redemption arc. I want to thank you personally from a newly single mom of 6 who started playing your videos. Like, oh, good, I'm glad. I do my best. I do my best to try and have things set up in a way that's super easy to follow, whether you're tech savvy or not. Because I feel like, especially for new players, if you watch new videos, obviously a lot of them are geared toward like PC players. I also play on PC. But for some people, they're not. They play Stardew, but they wouldn't, like, you know, they're not a hardcore gamer. It might be one of the first games they've ever played. And so not understanding even like some basic stuff can be difficult sometimes if someone is like assuming you know too much already. So for a lot of my beginner videos, I really try to make it as simple and easy to follow as possible. But if you go on the page on my YouTube channel, there is a beginner video playlist, mid-game video playlist, and an end game playlist. So you can choose where you're at in the game based on like your sort of understanding of what you need. Because some people, I have some stuff that's like, here's how the chicken coop works, like down to a T. Also, yeah, a beast, mom of 6. Can't wait to see what she'll be like as a bachelor dialogue if she moves into the farm. Yeah, I'm interested to see that too. No, again, this won't come out till 1.7. We do not have a date for the 1.7 release and update. So whenever that comes out, Sandy and Clint will be the new marriage candidates. Spring of your sense of learning and going. Yes, I also play super leisurely. I think that's another thing too, is a lot of people will like try to plow through and do everything as fast as they can. I think I'm on year 10 on my farm. And my kids are all 14. Okay, at least they're not like, you know, like 6 kids under 6. I know a lady that has 6 kids under 6, and my God, that poor woman. Not that that's still not hard, but you know, 14 to 26 feels a little bit more manageable than 6 kids under 6. I've played as well. I've gotten addicted. That's so cute. Yeah, she had 2 sets of twins. 2 sets of twins and then 2 other kids. Yes, the new farm type. We don't know what that's going to look like yet. We still have no idea what that'll be. So, we'll see. He talked about having something that's like super customizable. I don't know what that'll look like or how that'll happen. But no, you rock for being a mom of 6. That shit's not easy. That's a lot of kids to raise. But that they all play Stardew. That's cute too. But yeah, I'm excited to see how things look for 1.6. Justice for Willie, someone just put in the other chat. Just made a new farm and I'm on year 3 and I'm still stressing on how the start to start the first of the month. It's like weird at first, because like you just have no energy. Like the farmer just doesn't have energy. So if you haven't watched the Beginner's Guide to Stardew Valley, the super simple Beginner's Guide to Stardew Valley on my page, I do talk about different things you can do for your energy levels when you first start out, because you get tired hoeing like 6 spaces. They keep me a young 45 this year. Oh, that's cute. I love that. But yeah. Oh, I was saying my farm I think is a year 10 farm, and it's definitely, like I said, not one I'm going through very quickly. I'm trying to hit perfection on it. I probably won't hit perfection on that farm till like year 13 or 14, because I just play super leisurely and casually. I think a lot of people are like, I have to finish the community center in my first year. You don't. It's okay if you don't. It's okay if you don't finish it till your 6th year or further. It's okay not to do everything rushed. That's the whole point of Stardew, is to just enjoy yourself. So, well, this was a short stream, friends, only about an hour long. I got, as I always do, I got shit to do. I'm trying to finish my 2nd year, then I'm free to do whatever. See, there you go. You just have fun. Most things in Stardew don't have a timeline. Other than like the community board requests that are like, you have to do this within like so many days or whatever. Nothing really has a timeline of this has to be done at this time. I didn't finish one of the first quests you get until year 6 in the game. 5 years now, I've never hit perfection despite year 3+. Yeah, I've never hit perfection either. Once I hit perfection, I want to start playing with mods, because I know that a lot of people, so you're live on YouTube, hop to say hello here on Twitch. Hell yeah, brother. I don't even know what I was gonna say. Now I lost my train of thought. Oh, there's a wild RJ in the background. Goodbye. Anyway, you can take your time with stuff. There's no timelines for most things in Stardew. You can just finish them whenever you want. But thank you all for all the new friends who are here, who are hanging out. Hopefully we'll have another stream soon where we can play some Stardew. And then, like I said earlier, the newest Fields of Mystery update came out, where you can have bee houses and terrariums. And it looks like they produce like flowers or honey and mushrooms and stuff like that. So if you've never played Fields of Mystery, another really great game that is not out for its full release yet, but it will be soon. But they just had another big update. So hopefully soon we can do that, perhaps within the next few days. Hope the day treats you well. Thank you. All of you as well. Except for the new update, the new game as well. Oh my god, I'm so excited to see what the new update holds. But have a good rest of your day, everyone. We'll see when I stream next. I will also put the Discord in here, because I usually have updates. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the subscription. I didn't see it at first. But feel free to join the Discord. A lot of updates go into the Discord about when I'm going to stream next. So if you want to catch a stream, be sure to join the Discord. We also play Wordle pretty often. Anyone can play Wordle. You just have to hit play. So, anyway, goodbye, everyone.